Well, thank you so much. Let's bring in now Democratic Congresswoman Haley Stevens. She represents Michigan's 11th district, which flipped from Trump to Biden, and she's now joining the push to impeach President Trump after calling the Capitol attack a result of failed leadership. Congresswoman, good morning to you.
Good morning, Victor. Thank you so much for having me today.
So let's start here. Adam Kinzinger, Republican congressman who believes the president should go, that the 25th should be invoked, says that, or he should resign, says that impeachment would maybe make him look like a victim again. Just do what gives him fuel to see him in that light from his supporters. Why is impeachment the right strategy here?
Well, certainly I'm not concerned with making this president look like a victim or a hero. He has proven himself to be a threat and a danger to our republic and our national security, and he must be removed. One thing that also occurred late into the night on Wednesday was a cabinet meeting to consider invoking the 25th Amendment. We are in a moment of national crisis, national security crisis, and we need to use the tools in our toolbox to exercise our Constitution and to bring some calm. We are certainly in an unprecedented time, Victor, and we need to take this seriously.
You were one of the final holdouts of the Michigan delegation, at least from the Democrats, of course, to support impeachment in 2019. This time you support his removal hours after the riot on Capitol Hill. This is what you said back in 2019. It was October then about the impeachment inquiry then. You told a Michigan news outlet, his actions certainly speak to impeachable offenses, and I'm taking them very seriously, but I'm also a big believer in the process. This time, this will not be going to committees of jurisdiction because the committees haven't really been formed yet. We don't expect that there will be many witnesses. What about the process now to get this done over 11 days?
This is a new moment, and let me be clear, Victor. Anyone who cannot join the American people in denouncing the violence or the things that incite this violence is a traitor to this nation. This is a catalytic moment in which we need to act quickly and expeditiously. We were all hoping that this 25th Amendment meeting would work, that when fellow Republicans, which, by the way, we're seeing an incredible eruption in the Republican Party, a fracturing like we've never seen in a modern day political party, that when these individuals came to the president and said it's time, that he would resign. That hasn't happened. It has been days. It is time to act. And I am not going to sit quietly and stand by in my responsibility and duty to the American people.
Your comments this morning about a traitor to this nation echo what you tweeted yesterday, and let's put this up. If you're an elected member of Congress or any office and encouraging or excusing an insurrection in the U.S. Capitol, then you're a traitor to this nation, the oath that you took. And if you were trying to overturn the election, you are as well. I want you to listen to the remarks of one of your House colleagues. This is Alabama Republican Mo Brooks at the start of his remarks on Wednesday, and a few minutes later, here's what he said.
I've got a message that I need you to take to your heart and take back home, and along the way, stop at the Capitol. Today is the day American patriots start taking down names and kicking ass.
And then that group turned around, walked to the Capitol, and many of them broke in, and we saw, of course, what happened there. Should he face consequences, and if so, what should they be?
Mo Brooks needs to take accountability for his language and his words against the American people. This rally certainly got out of hand. I would hope that he would participate in the investigation and identifying the hundreds of people who stormed our Capitol, vandalized our Capitol, stole federal equipment and materials that belong to the number 3 person in our government, the Speaker of the House. We have to have sanctity for the temple that is the dome of our democracy. This is what our Capitol is, as well as the roles that fulfill our governance. And so whether you're going to vote for Nancy Pelosi or not, if you're on the other side of the aisle, and we've certainly seen a lot of Republicans, and I want to give them credit, denouncing this violence. That's where I take hope and consideration. But history is looking down on this moment, and I'm not going to sit by and litigate, what's the most expeditious way. We've got these tools. We need to remove this president. It's time to also get back to work. We saw the National Association of Manufacturers, Victor, calling for the 25th. Yeah. Our private sector, corporate America, Twitter banning our president. We got to keep moving forward here. We got a virus to defeat.
Congresswoman, let me play this for you. This is President-elect last month after he crossed the threshold of the electoral votes.
In this battle for the soul of America, democracy prevailed. We, the people, voted. Faith in our institutions held. The integrity of our elections remains intact. And now it's time to turn the page, as we've done throughout our history, to unite, to heal.
He went on to say that we need to work together to give each other a chance to lower the temperature. Is that something you consider, the goals of this incoming president, as potentially his term will start with an impeachment trial in the Senate when he's trying to get through his cabinet appointees? How do you balance those two?
Well, what we see in President-elect Joe Biden is a compassionate, focused, and dedicated expert leader who's going to know exactly what to do right when he takes those first steps into the Oval Office in terms of rebuilding our economy, getting people back to work, and making sure that the American public are vaccinated. And we want to give him the framework for the best government possible. And I know, Victor, I was there. I saw how much oxygen impeachment took up. But we are asking ourselves a question of integrity right now about what type of nation we are going to be and what type of leadership we are going to allow in our country. And certainly where we are seeing a place of unity is around the disavowing of violence and the words that incite violence, particularly political violence that can never lead to a means to an end in this country.
Congresswoman Haley Stevens of Michigan 11, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.